Sorry, noob. I like that one.
Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today with another Brawl Stars video, and today a very special and long-awaited guest, the voice actor for Colt in Brawl Stars, Billy Kametz. How you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing fantastic. It's good to be here.
It's like
take two, right?
Yeah, a case of deja vu here. For those of you who don't know, we actually did this interview, and then because I am the dummy that I am, I somehow lost the file. But, you know, Billy was kind enough to agree to come back on and do it once again.
We were just practicing. We're
that's right.
Very well rehearsed at this point.
Except I don't hardly remember any of it. But anyway.
I don't either.
Billy, you know what? How about we start off? You just tell us about yourself and how you got into voice acting in general, man.
For sure, for sure. So, hi guys, my name is Billy Kametz. I am the voice of Colt in Brawl Stars. So I started out from a musical theater perspective. That's how I started acting, and then I have always had an interest in voiceover. And by the time that I booked a job that brought me out to California, I just started inhaling as many voiceover classes as I possibly could. And I ultimately took some anime classes, and that was kind of what gave me my voiceover start. But yeah, I pretty much started in a closet with a bunch of clothes on these pay-to-play websites. That's how I got in with Brawl Stars, and it's been an awesome ride ever since. So
you mentioned musical theater, and I don't know, yes. What is the deal? It seems like a lot of the voice actors that I've interviewed, a lot of them are very musical. Why is that, do you think?
I think it's a combination of things, but one thing that I feel like is just having a good ear and having to think about things musically in a way, of like giving a character more depth because of just the cadence or the way that they sound or pitch, having an understanding about that. Especially with dubbing, I feel like it's really useful because you'll hear, whenever we dub a scene, we'll hear it first in Japanese and see the scene, and then we'll go in with our take.
My shuriken technique's perfect.
He's good.
You talked about anime classes. Are like anime voiceover classes different than just like a standard voiceover class?
Yeah, so anime is just a very specific skill set that you need to have. And it's a lot of stuff that has to become second nature so that you can get to the point of just thinking about the character that you're playing, the story you're trying to tell. You just think about your acting. Again, you watch the scene first in Japanese, and it's cool because it puts you right in the mode. Like, the music is there, the animation is there, you see how far away you are from the other characters, you listen to that person's voice, and you kind of practice it one time, like trying to nail their lip flaps. So yeah, it's a lot of just this going on, and you just need to try and get all that to be second nature again so that you can just focus on the acting and doing a good performance.
Now, you've done, is that like the main bulk of your work is doing anime stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. That's been the majority of the stuff that I've been doing. So I've been getting more into video games now, a couple animation things. That's ultimately where I want to end up, just because I was like a big Nickelodeon, big Disney kid growing up. So I would love to be a part of that stuff one day. And yeah, big video gamer, obviously, growing up too. So yeah, that's the stuff I find really, really exciting. But I love anime, and I love being a part of that and just those stories and those characters. And anime, everything is big.
Yeah.
Like, the first things that I did, like, my brother died in my arms, and I'm like, yeah! Like, I was like so out there, and I was just like, this is awesome.
What was your first ever gig in voice acting?
In voice acting, my first gig was just a commercial. I remember, it's funny to look back. I look back on the audition for it, and it's so bad. Like, it was with a USB Blue Yeti mic just in my closet, and I didn't know how to edit anything yet. I didn't know how to make my sound all nice, but I just started, and you figure it out as you go. That's like a great thing for just start doing it, and you'll figure it out. But it was just a commercial for some like cybersecurity thing, and I was the voice of the cyber punk that was stealing all your stuff, and it was like, You thought all your stuff online was safe, but then I came along, idiot. Like, it was just something, I didn't say idiot, but it was just something dumb like that where I was like, cool. So that was my first ever gig that I ever did for voiceover, and it was really awesome.
That's pretty awesome. But no, that is a very salient point that you bring up, because I get asked a lot, how I want to make YouTube videos, or I want to do this or that. How do I, get into it? And you're right. You just gotta do it, and you learn as you're doing it, and that applies to so many different facets of life. You have done, like I said, you've done a lot of stuff in anime, and I know, of course, the one big one that probably almost everybody watching this is probably going to recognize is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You were Josuke, right?
Yes, I got to play Josuke in JoJo's Part 4.
Yeah, the hair is still,
Do you want to repeat what you just said about my hair?
I'm working on the pump. I'm working on it.
What was
during
it?
quarantine time, so getting to play Josuke was just such a dream come true. It was so... I didn't know... I knew of the show, but I had never watched it at that point. A lot of just people told me, oh, it's very weird. It's a very weird out there show. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I remember just wanting to get it so bad because it was very early on in my... when I started to get auditions and started to book a couple roles. I saw 39 episodes. And I was like, that is so much practice. I want this so bad. And then I did the audition and I was like, this guy's awesome. Like, he's funny. He's badass. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say badass?
Sure.
He's badass. He's like super heartfelt and just, he's an awesome all around character. And he was one of those auditions that you just click with him immediately.
Yeah.
Coming from musical theater, you do the same show all the time. So the thing that I did before that was I was Aladdin in the Aladdin musical spectacular for a year. So I did the same show 4 times a day, 5 or 6 days a week, every day, for a year. So getting to play a character, it took us about 9 months or so to record the entire 39 episodes. So getting to grow with a character and have it be different and have a whole through line for a year was just incredible. It was something I had never experienced as an actor before. So for that reason alone, it was always gonna have a big spot in my heart. It was just so fun to be a part of.
Yeah, man. Now, so that's probably one of your biggest roles, but I do have to ask you about something that I was Googling you before the first time we interviewed, and just to get an idea of all the stuff you've been in, and it's been a lot. I saw one, however, that I was like, wait, what? You did Barack Obama in Family Guy?
I did Barack Obama in the Family Guy mobile app.
Okay.
And here's the deal. He's
like, okay, let me preface this.
I looked. There were, I think, 25 auditions for the role, and they picked me, and they gave me 12 lines, and I think they ended up using 3 of the lines. So they were scraping the bottom of the barrel for that Barack Obama, and they just had to go with me. It's not a great Barack Obama. Well, it's not the best.
I can do whatever I want. Am I going to be able to Instagram that? It's great to be here this evening.
Do you find any similarities between Colt and Josuke or other characters that you did voices for?
They're both very, once they've made up their mind, they're gonna go and they're gonna get it, So I feel like they're just balls to the wall.
How much do you relate to that personality?
Feel like Colt is just basically me on a really good day when I'm just at a 10,
Yeah.
I remember the audition for it, I was so excited about because it said, we want kind of like a Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was obsessed with that movie at the time.
It's a great movie.
So I was like, I want to do that now. Let's go. When I get to play stuff like that, and I know that Colt's not a schlubby sidekick guy, but I mean, I kind of played him that way, how I would play that character.
Yeah.
But in a leading kind of Star-Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy-esque kind of thing. So that's kind of how I played him. And I thought that was really, really fun.
When you did the audition, did you even know it was for Superstellar, or that it was for this mobile game that it was going to be downloaded millions and millions of times?
No, I had no idea. A lot of times you don't know, and I feel like that plays to my strengths. because the nerves will get to me if I know what I'm recording for or what I'm auditioning for. If I just think this is who knows who's gonna see this. You kind of do your better performance.
Sure, yeah. There's no nerves whatsoever, just all natural, just going for it. Do you play or have you played Brawl Stars?
Okay, so I have played Brawl Stars, and I selfishly got to where I unlocked Colt, played a bunch of rounds with him, and then put the game away.
I mean, I get it.
I love stuff like this, and I will play this stuff to death. And for the sake of my workflow and being able to do stuff like this and get auditions done and everything else, I try not to get any apps that I can just sit on and be doing for 2 hours and just be like, oh crap, 2 hours just passed by and I did zero work. So yeah, I have played it, and I unlocked Colt and was like, yeah.
I mean, you've got to. You have to be able to, play there and hear your own voice lines while you're playing.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's got to be a surreal experience.
It definitely is. I'm still not used to it, honestly. So
the part that everybody loves on these videos, I love it all, but they love to hear, if you wouldn't mind, doing some Colt voice lines.
Okay, cool. Here's some of my favorite Colts. Let me see here. Brawn and Beauty. I love that one. Too pretty for pain. Prime time, baby. Ow! Not the face! Oh, wait. I remember this is a big one. Sorry, noob. I like that one. Pew, pew, pew! Bullet storm! This is too easy. Time for trouble. Watch out. Here I come. Check out my guns.
I love those.
And I hope I don't get any noise complaints.
Oh, that's so good, man. That's so good.
I'm surprised I remembered the cadence of all
You did. You nailed it, because I know it's been you probably did those lines 2.5 years ago when you recorded
something like that. Yeah, it's been a minute.
So you nailed it though, man. That's awesome. I see that you're a fan of the old Colt Crunch there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So this guy here sent me this extremely large package. I was like, yeah, just send them to my agents, just because I usually have it go that way. And then my agents call me and they're like, hey, you got a package. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And they're like, yeah, like a big package. I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. They're like you might need a U-Haul package. It's like, oh, dang, what the? So yeah, we had talked last time about like, oh yeah, I'll send you some stuff. Cool. And I thought it was just going to be like a little a little guy or something like that.
I didn't know it was gonna be that big either, honestly. I should have measured the one that's on my wall, but I was looking on this site after we talked the interview last time, and I was like, I guess that's about the right size. I don't really know, and I just
24 by 48. That sounds about right. Yeah, totally.
So I just bought it. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Frame it and send it up over to Billy. And I didn't realize it was gonna be that big. The thing's huge.
That's amazing. I love it. It's so freaking cool.
Oh, dude,
that thing is.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Where can we find you online? Because we got to know that too.
Yes, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, my big ones, at Billy Kametz, BILLYKAMETZ. And I'm also I'm gonna start Twitch streaming because we're in quarantine right now. I usually do a lot of conventions around the country, and I get to meet fans, and it's awesome. A lot of those have been canceled, and I miss you guys. And a lot of one of the things I do a lot is that I play people in Super Smash Brothers, and if you can beat me, you get a prize.
Ooh.
And I missed that, so I'm going to get. I'm trying to figure out all the bare bones of what you need to start streaming. So once I get that figured out, stay tuned. I'll be on Twitch at Billy Kametz as well.
See if you guys can go over there and beat him down in some Super Smash Brothers.
It's just so fun. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm sorry that it took so long, but I'm glad we got it and we did it. And yeah, thank you for being a fan of the game and being a fan of Colt. And I'll see you guys on the social medias, and we'll chat there.
Once again, Billy, thank you so much for coming back on the channel.
Of course. Second time's a charm. This one was way better. That first interview was just
wow, dude, they didn't want to see that one either anyway.
Yeah, you guys don't want to see that one.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So that's going to wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys at home enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.
Take care, guys.